Powerful.
Good evening. Today my job is simple, is to introduce Chango to you, especially those who have not experienced it yet. It's a very difficult task because I have to tell you everything about it in 15 minutes, and I'll do my best to do that. So please follow me. Now, we humans are social, and in that case, we like to bond with others, whether they are family members, whether they are colleagues at work, or friends. It could be what we usually refer to as boys, boys, or girls, girls. But in forming these social groups, we often tend to be communal, especially as Africans love to help others. It's built into our DNA to provide support to those who are in need, whether they are family members or some stranger in public. It's not unique to us. There are other countries that do the same, but you agree that in Africa, and especially in Ghana, this is something we really do. Now, when you look through the media, you will see stories of Ghanaians coming together to help people who are in need, either raising money, finding food, feeding people during Easter, so on and so forth. And this has created in us the need to form groups to further those causes to help others. Now, those groups could be some social groups in a village to probably help farmers buy their seeds or sell in the market. Or it could be groups that are in the workplace, or groups among friends, whether boys or girls. Or they could be groups of families, either micro-family units or extended family units. And groups among students, and we know that when you go into any university campus, you find various groups, whether they are fellowship groups or some other group in there. So we create these groups for various purposes, for fun, for sports, for recreation, and even in our church. I'm sure each of you can mention groups you belong to in your church. Now, these social groups, as you are familiar with, are nicely organized on apps we know today. And everybody here, I'm sure, has a WhatsApp account or a Facebook account. And we use this to reach members of our group anywhere in the world. And so the power of the phone and the apps makes it easy for us to interact with each other. Now, these groups might be doing all sorts of things. It might just be for keeping in touch or just for fun. What we're looking at today is the groups that have or meet financial needs, either of their members or of other people. Now, I believe everyone here has been involved in an activity of putting funds together for a certain purpose. And it's either done manually, so we collect cash from various people, put it together, and use for a particular purpose, or it's done electronically, as has become the trend today. Once I have a mobile wallet, I share it, and you send me money. Some will remit it for those who are abroad. When they can, they'll remit the money and it's collected. But there are challenges with these, and we are familiar with that. First is the trust. Are people willing to join groups or to contribute if they don't trust the people who are in the groups? And we grew up trusting our nuclear groups, but as we grow and we migrate and move beyond the borders of our countries, it becomes difficult for us to keep those groups. And so trust is important to keep the groups growing. And when there are problems in the groups, they easily break up. A group of 15 might have an argument among 2 people, and the group dissolves. And when it comes to keeping financial records or records of probably monies they are collecting for various purposes, it's difficult to keep that record. I belong to a group, a Bible study, and we once were collecting money for a member who had lost his father. So everybody was supposed to send their money to me. And I knew it was safe. But I was receiving money from all sorts of people for different purposes. I was spending money. The day I had to account for it, it was very difficult because I had to go through every single SMS notification and even call people and ask, are you this person? Did you send this amount or what? At the end of the day, I don't think I really got every record. So I had to pad it and give it to the person because I didn't want to have a guilty conscience that I've kept some of the money. Now, it's also a hassle for especially groups that collect money physically because you need to be in the same geographic area for that to happen. And the inconvenience of accounting usually discourages people from either doing the right thing or accounting properly. And there are risks associated with this. The money could get misplaced or misapplied. If some of you have followed a story on social media where someone has posted a story, it's a fictional story anyway, but a lot of people can relate to it, where the head of a family is asking the members to contribute money towards the end of year party. And one of the nephews is contesting that because the last time he did it, he spent the money. And at the end of the day, he decides to leave the group because he cannot trust that the money he will give will be used for the party. Okay? And we're familiar with this. We see stories in the media that tell of people being arrested because they've run away with some group's money or they've stolen it. Now, it's in the light of this that we designed what we are calling Chango. And Chango is an app we started 3 years ago in Kenya, and we are launching it today in Ghana. In Ghana, it took us about a year to get approval to run it. But it's been an interesting journey. We've learned a lot, and I'll take you through the app today. Now, Chango is made up of two kinds of group, private and public. Now, the private groups are designed for people who have friends or loved ones or a group of people that they want to contribute money for some purpose. So maybe school alumni, SUSU groups, families, clubs, work groups, you name it. Any group that has two or more people and is private in the sense that not anybody can join, you need to be invited to join the group. Now, when the group is being created, the one who creates it must set up policies governing the group. And the most important one is the policy on how money leaves the group. And we call that the cash out policy. And you can set a policy of 25%, meaning that 25% of the members must vote to agree to cash out the money, or 100%, or a custom value. You can specify that. And every member who would then join the group will be given the opportunity to see this and decide on their own whether they want to join the group or not. Because if I'm going to a group which says that only the two administrators can approve a cash out when we are 1,000, unless I trust them, I might not join. And so it's important that we show this to them. Now, once the group is created, members are added. Either a link is created, shared on WhatsApp or any of the social media platforms they click on, and they can be added to the group. And once they are added, they can now link their mobile wallet or bank account to Chango, and then Chango enables them to make contributions. Now, contributions on Chango can be made from anywhere in the world. Whether you're in Iceland, Antarctica, Australia, London, or in Ghana, you can make contributions from there. And you can, when you're making a contribution, you can make it identified or anonymous. So your name will appear if you want it to be identified as by default, or anonymous, and it just states that an anonymous person made an X amount contribution, or on behalf of a member. And then one great feature is the fact that you can set an amount to recur, contribute automatically. So you set and forget. And that's what we call the recurring contributions. And once you do that, the funds go into the group. And so you get a record. Chango keeps a record of every single contribution. So any member can go in and see the detailed contribution records. Can expand a particular member and see all the individual contributions he made. If you look on the screen, see the number of people in this group who made anonymous contributions. They can see the contribution they made, but everybody else sees that anonymous, okay? And you can also then generate a statement which will come to your mail on demand if you need that for some further records. Now, when the group is ready to cash out the funds, they must vote. So the administrator initiates what we call a cash out, and all the members of the group are immediately notified that a cash out is being requested. It states the amount, it states where the money is going to, whether it's going to Kojo Mensah's bank account or his mobile wallet, so on and so forth. And once the members vote, yes, that is the required number of merchants vote, then the funds are delivered to the respective destination, whether it's a mobile wallet or a bank account. Now, if one member rejects it, it stops. And then the process has to start again. The administrator have to either have a meeting, agree, and then set a new cash out before funds can be sent. Okay. Now, for the cash outs, we also have reports that any member can see, and obviously the administrators can generate on-demand reports. And you can even share the report to a third party. So if we're collecting money for someone's baby shower, we can then generate a report that lists all the members and how much they contributed. Or if you want to make it unknown, it will just list the members and the total amount contributed. And we share it with that beneficiary so that he knows and probably can say thank you to the members who contributed. So this can be used by families who probably one is abroad and they are putting money together to pay their children's fees. And so probably it's the mother who's abroad or the father who's abroad, which is most common, and the other one is here. And every month they are contributing to the group, and when it's time to pay the fees, they issue a cash out, and they can cash out directly to the bank account of the school. Another group of people could be putting money together to renovate their family home. And Chango facilitates that in the same way. They see the contributions each member has made. When they decide to pay the painter, that can be set up in Chango, and the money goes straight to the painter or to the plumber or to the mason, whichever one is being done. And this can be used to finance friends and family for celebrations that they are having, whether it's a wedding, a baby shower, an engagement, so on and so forth. Now, the public group is what you would know as crowdfunding. And this is designed to meet the needs of government and non-government agencies who need to collect money from the general public for a particular purpose. And so, sorry, my screen here has a problem. Okay. So with public groups, there are no members. They are just contributors. Everyone on Chango can contribute to a public group, and everyone who doesn't have an account on Chango, that is the entire world, can still contribute to that public group. And those funds will come with the respective records for whoever is collecting the funds to be able to get back to the contributors and thank them. And in that case, use the money for the purpose for which they want to use it and report on it. Chango also facilitates feedback to the donors so that they know that the funds have been used for the purpose for which they were sent. And we have a number of public campaigns that are currently running. We have the Save a Heart initiative that Chango started to raise 1 million Ghanaians to contribute 1 Ghana cedi a month. And we want to use those funds to pay for children with hole in heart conditions and need operation at Kolubu. And in that case, no family would have to cough up money for those operations. Once they need it, the funds will be available for that purpose. And we just need 1 cedi every single month. And that is more than what most Ghanaians can afford. I believe that everyone here can afford to do 1 cedi or 5 cedis a month. And if we get 1 million, that will go a long way to help a number of these families. And recently, the K2 South floods that occurred, we also have a campaign run on Chango to raise funds to support the families that have been displaced by the floods. So with a public group, it works just like the private groups, using the same instruments to make donations, but the added functionality is that you can do this on the website. And you can also use a feature phone and use USSD to make those contributions as well. So you can still do it anonymously, or you have your name appear in the contribution. And you don't necessarily need to be on Chango for this to happen. And like I said, it crosses borders. So whether you are in Ghana or you are abroad, you can still contribute to these groups that are hosted on Chango. So whether you're an NGO or a government agency that is soliciting funds from the general public, this serves a purpose. Now, when you compare this to other crowdfunding solutions out there, most likely those funds are kept outside of this country. But Chango keeps these funds in Ghana, irrespective of the fact that the contributor is contributing from the United States. Those funds are immediately available here. So when the group is ready to cash out, we're not transferring money. The funds are here to be utilized. And like we said, using it for surgery or using it to raise capital for startups. And we have examples of that running on the platform today. So Chango is approved by the Central Bank of Ghana. As I mentioned at the beginning, we've gone through rigorous examination of the platform to make sure that it's secure, because we want people to be able to trust it. Like I said in the beginning, people won't join groups if they cannot trust it. And we're creating Chango to make sure that people can be confident to contribute, knowing that there is a way by which they can get a remedy if something goes wrong. And if you're familiar with what the central bank requires, you would understand why it's safe. So Chango is convenient, it is transparent, and it is safe. And it meets the social needs of all of us to put monies together for various purposes. So today, if you are here and you have family members all over the world, or even in Ghana, we encourage you to download the app and experience it. Set it up. Set up your family group and start contributing just like you are doing right now. And just a little secret, when you are contributing with Chango, you don't have to ask the contributors to add cash out fee, okay? Because Chango handles all of that. So they just contribute, and when you are ready to cash out, you cash out. So you can go to the App Store, the Google Play Store, and download the app tonight if you don't have it, and try Chango. So once you have the app, you can begin to donate to the public groups that we have. Like I said, we are raising 1 million Ghanaians, and we are expecting that everybody here would contribute to the Save a Heart campaign. To the unfortunate victims of the K2 South, we want you to contribute, whether it's 1 cedi, 10 cedis, 5 cedis, or 100 cedis. Chango has limits, and when you go to the app, you see you can donate 1,000 cedis if the Lord touches your heart to do that. So thank you, and I'll ask the MC to take over.